What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I had the final review video on Revell's Ford Baja Bronco, and I'm actually really glad how this turned out. So let's go ahead and show you what I did to it. This is far from box stock, you may know. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what is different and what is aftermarket. So there are parts on here that has been 3D printed and parts that has Olsen parts. So let's get to Olsen parts. Here is their tag right here. Very good company. They make resin parts for Bronco, and they do some Jeep parts, and they do some air builds. Like they do mainly off-road builds. They have loads of parts for the Mobius pickup trucks, Ford pickup trucks, like bumpers and toolboxes for those trucks. So, but they have loads of parts for the Ford Bronco. So, the parts that is from Olsen Brothers is gonna be the fenders, the bumpers, the front and rear bumper, and the hood and the doors. Doors are Olsen Brothers also. So hood, fenders, doors, and bumpers. So that is pretty neat. That is from Olsen Brothers. The Olsen Brothers, they do offer multiple different bumpers. This is the bumper with a wrench option. They do also have like a steel bar bumper, which is like just bars, and I believe they have something else, but not sure. But I done the wrench one. I think this is a pretty neat bumper style, and it really suits the my fenders because it sticks out and it meets up with my fenders pretty nicely, and it looks pretty good. So that is pretty much for the Olsen Brothers parts. Again, Olsen Brothers, they do offer a lot more stuff for the Ford Bronco. So I'll provide a link in the description to their website. They have lots of stuff, not just for the Ford Bronco. They have lots of parts for lots of trucks, like Mobius trucks. Again, they do offer Olsen Brothers. Forgot to mention this. They do offer a half truck cab, like Revell just brought out with the Doom Buggy. So if you don't want to buy the whole Doom Buggy kit, just for the half cab, Olsen Brothers do offer a half cab option. So if you want to just turn the Ford Bronco kit into a half cab, Olsen Brothers do have that, so you don't have to go out and buy the Doom Buggy version, the Bronco with the Doom Buggy. So go check out their website. They do offer loads of parts, and you'll be pretty surprised. So let's get to the parts that has been 3D printed. A lot of parts are on here that has been 3D printed, and let's go ahead and get to that right now before we get to what I did to the colors and stuff. So the axe on the front hood has been 3D printed. You got these mud. I keep forgetting the name of them. They're called something like sand something. If you know what they are, you can comment down below and I'll pin it. But as some sand, it helps get unstuck if you're stuck. You put under wheels, gets you unstuck. 3D printed. There's a fire signature in there. 3D printed. The wheel mount, the spare wheel mount, and the jack has been 3D printed, and the two gas jerry cans back there has also been 3D printed, and also the wheels and tires also 3D printed. So quite a bit of things on here 3D printed, and it just makes this build look really nicer, and it really looks more aggressive, and it looks fantastic. So let's go ahead and get to the actual review and show you what I did to it. So the body color is Tamaya color, and it is IJN gray. So it's kind of like a really light blue. It looks like a really light blue with gray. It looks pretty darn good, and it looks fantastic. And obviously I did a two coats of 2K clear, automotive 2K clear, and then I did a two-tone paint job with just flat black. So the fenders are flat black, flat back center of the hood, bumpers are also flat black, and some other parts are flat black, such as the floor of the interior and top of the dashboard. So it really suits this build. So it looks pretty cool. Also on the body, I dusted up a little bit because I didn't want to make this Bronco look like it's been in the desert. So I use MIJ, G, my bad, and pigment of sand. So it looks pretty cool. So like he's been in the desert. So the tires obviously got a lot of sand in it. I did clean up the tread, like the actual tread themselves. I use a Q-tip or I just use my finger, just clean up the tread because it's on the road, and you know the tips of the tread get pretty clean because it's on the road. But between the tread, sand has been left behind, so it looks pretty neat. And then I just put light dusting of the sand on the body, like on the fenders, and basically the whole body just has dust all over it because you know sand's pretty dusty and it gets all over the Bronco and stuff. So it gets pretty dusty. I did the windshield with the wind wiper effect. I think it looks pretty neat. I love how I did that. So that's pretty neat, and I like that a lot. So it looks pretty darn good. Yeah, I can't really say much. Here we go. You can see a lot of dusting over here. So pretty neat. Got it all over the back. I got it on the spare wheel, kinda, just a light dusting because the spare wheel, you know, it's open, and so it's gonna get a little dusty back there, but obviously that's not bad as the ones that's on the actual truck right now. So the wheels and tires, like I mentioned, are 3D printed. The wheels are semi-gloss black, and then the outer trim is aluminum. I think it suits it, and it looks pretty darn good. And I actually like the style of these wheels. A guy on Instagram actually gave me these files to these wheels and tires, and I am actually really digging these wheels. They look fantastic. So they look really good, and I'm pretty glad I used them. So pretty neat. The gas jerry cans, the jack, and the tip of the axe and stuff is red, and so as the fire extinguisher. It is from Splash Paints. I forgot the name of it. I think I'm not sure the name of it. It's a Ferrari red, I believe. It's the same red that I use on my Bugatti Doe, I believe. And also the D-rings too are red. That same red. So it looks pretty cool. So the D-rings and the fire extinguisher has 2K clear on it to give that nice clear shine to it. And then the gas jerry can says 1K clear. Yeah, 1K clear to give it a semi-gloss clear, or not 1K. I'm sorry. Semi-gloss clear on it, on the jerry cans, and you know, make them look classy look. So that was pretty neat. So that's pretty much about it for the body. I really love the body style, and I just really love doors and stuff from Olsen Brothers, fenders, bumpers. The wrench is semi-gloss black with the wrench, and it just looks really cool. So I love this wrench option. The grill I blacked out also, and it has the red Ford emblem on it, Ford lettering, so it's pretty neat. So that's pretty much about it for the body. Let's go on to the interior. The interior is nothing too special. I did a mix of red and black on the interior, so it's a really dark red. I actually like how that looks for the seats, the sides, and the back where the tailgate is that dark red. The bottom of the dashboard is also body color, and then top of it is flat black. So it's steering column and wheels. So, and I did red seatbelts to kind of match the calipers, because I did the red brake calipers also. So kind of match the red theme going too. So that's pretty neat. The spare wheel back there, obviously, you know, like I mentioned, the mount and stuff is all 3D printed. So I deleted the rear seats because this kit does offer rear seats back there, but obviously there's no room for it. So I deleted rear seats. I filled in the hole because there's 2 holes where the rear seat goes into. Filled it in with some putty, so it doesn't look like there's a big opening hole in the floor. So I filled it in, and then replaced it with the spare wheel mount and all that fun stuff back there. So that is pretty much about it. The roll cage is steel, and it looks really awesome. So that's pretty much about it for the interior. It's nothing too special. It's pretty exposed, and you can obviously see it. So it looks pretty neat. Let's move on to the chassis. The chassis is semi-gloss with the axle stuff. Flat black, obviously. It's flat black with a really tight, really thin gloss tint to it, so it's not too flat like the bumpers and stuff. So that's pretty neat. The shocks and the tips of the axles, like axle pumpkins, you want to call it, is red, the same color red that's on the axe and stuff, but flat. So that looks pretty neat. And also the part of the steering, what do we call it, like shaft, whatever heck, kind of see it in the mirror a little bit. It's red also, so that's pretty neat. And then yeah, that's pretty much about it. The exhaust is just aluminum, and I replaced the exhaust tips with some bigger exhaust tips styrene sheet, just give it a little more open look to it at the end. So there's the exhaust. You can see the kit one is not open, and it just kind of looks kind of plain. So, but nothing too special about the chassis. The wheels fit on there perfect. I didn't have to raise it to let it fit under the fenders, and it looks pretty good. So, final part, let's get to the engine. The engine is a beautiful 302 engine, most popular, Ford engines back then. Beautiful 302. The engine is Ford Engine Blue from, I believe, I'm not sure what company, but it is a Ford Engine Blue, and it was pretty nice. So I weathered the engine a little bit because I don't want this to look pretty clean. It's not a show Bronco. It's more like a, off-road and rigged and obviously getting used. So I obviously oiled the engine a little bit. If it was some MIG fresh engine oil, engine grime, and fuel stains to give it a nice leather look to it. Then I added some battery wire and some heater hose lines to it also to get some more extra detail in there. So that's pretty awesome. So that's not too much for the engine bay. Also, the filter is from Parts by Parks aluminum filter. So that was pretty awesome because I don't really like the kit one. It's not really that nice looking. So I replaced it with the Parts by Park filter aluminum also, and it looks really nice. But other than that, guys, that is pretty much about it for this build. Absolutely a blast. I absolutely just love this build. It went together super nice, and with the Olsen Brother parts and all the other parts I 3D printed, it really makes this thing look really awesome. So, just in case you're wondering, how is the jerry cans mounted? I forgot to tell you, I mounted it on the spare wheel mount that the kit comes with. I obviously didn't use the spare wheel back there, so I used them for jerry cans. So, just in case you're wondering about that. But other than that, guys, that is pretty much about it. The craziest Bronco build I've ever built. And I'm actually really glad how this thing turned out. So this might be my final Bronco for quite a while now, because I built 3 of them so far. I do want to build that one with the Doom buggy, but I probably won't do that until next year or whatever, because I just built this one, so it's technically the same kit. But that's pretty much about it. So let me know what you think. I absolutely just love how this thing looks. Love the color combo. The color looks fantastic, and it just looks really good. Love the spare wheel on the back. I mean, it just looks really cool. Let me know what you think. I think it looks pretty awesome, and yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. So stay tuned. Slideshow of it in the photo booth, and then I'll have a slideshow of this thing being built from the ground up later on, probably today or maybe tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. But anyway, guys, that will do it for this build. But until my next build, until my next video, I'll catch you guys next time. Bye for now.